The Charlotte Observer just dropped our top 10 Charlotte food trends for 2025, written by yours truly. So let's get into it. Okay, the first one is the rise of the martini. As someone who works part-time in the service industry, I've noticed that espresso martinis are kind of like fajitas. Once one tray of espresso martinis goes out, the whole restaurant wants one. They're contagious. And it makes sense. I mean, they're delicious. But I don't see that going away in 2025. I've also noticed a trend towards savory martinis. There's been a lot of dirty martinis, onion martinis, a pickle martini now and again, and I really don't see that going away either. Basically, if you can put a Caesar salad in a glass and add gin or vodka to it, people want to drink it. Okay, this next one I found really interesting. We are trending towards non-alcoholic cocktails. There's data that suggests young adults today are drinking less than we did in previous decades. Essentially, we're drinking less than our parents did. Why? Who knows? I'd love to hear from people in the comments as to maybe why they think that is. But because of that, there's been a rise of non-alcoholic or mocktail menus in Charlotte. And I think that's definitely going to continue growing. We now have non-alcoholic spirits, and just bartenders have gotten really creative with the non-alcoholic drinks that they produce. Okay, here is an example of a mocktail by Utah, a restaurant in South End. I mean, look how delicious that looks. And Seedlip is a non-alcoholic alcohol brand. Okay, next up is solo dining. According to OpenTable, solo dining is up 10%. So if you are someone with social anxiety like me, I guess don't be, because a lot of people do it and it's totally normal. So solo dining's in. Okay, so experience-based events, dining events are gaining popularity. It seems like people want more interactive events moving forward. Things like omakase, tasting menus, cooking classes, things that are a little bit more hands-on than a traditional dining experience. Here's me at Artisans Palate's Women of Whiskey event that they do each month. It's a event where they pair a spirit distilled by a woman with a cocktail and some food. It happens every month. It's gaining popularity. It's a cool event. But restaurants across Charlotte are doing things like this, and they're popular and they're gaining traction. Okay, if you're anything like me or you work in the service industry, you don't usually go out on a Friday and Saturday night. And it just so happens that midweek dining is trending. OpenTable saw an 11% increase in Wednesday night diners. So midweek dining is in. I prefer dining during the week because it's a little bit less chaotic. It's easier to just kind of walk right into a restaurant, and a lot of times you get like faster service, so it's kind of like a win-win all around. Okay, everyone loves a flight of something, whether it is a triple dipper at Chili's or a pisco flight at Utah or a bourbon flight at ... Flights are in, you know? Or maybe it's a mimosa flight at your favorite brunch spot. It looks like we are trending towards more drink flights in 2025. In the past few years, Charlotte has seen an increase in Asian cuisine across the city, which I think is amazing. We've had 2 international food halls open with a focus in Asian food, Alley 51, and then the Urban District Market in Noda. There's been spots like Menya opening up, which is my favorite ramen in the city. Beloved spots like the Dumpling Lady have expanded. I think there's just a lot more focused on Asian food here and possibly internationally, but hopefully more so in 2025 as well. Okay, this one kind of ties into the last one just a little bit. According to the National Restaurant Association, fermentation is on the rise, with some of our top flavors including hot honey, fermented pickles and foods, matcha, miso, and spicy maple. It kind of reminded me of our local kombucha that we can get from Lenny Boy Brewing. Gone are the days of the multiple page flip through menu, 100 million options. We are trending towards more streamlined, chef driven menus in the city. Last but not least, locally sourced ingredients are a priority for Charlotte diners and diners across the country, data shows. Not only do we want farm to table meat, fish, veggies, but we are wanting local beer, we want local spirits. Local is more important than ever before. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with some of these trends? Have you noticed them yourself when you've gone out to eat in Charlotte over the past year? What are you looking forward to in 2025 when it comes to the Charlotte food scene? Let us know in the comments. We like hearing from you.